Breaking news now on Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
We start with breaking news out of Torrington tonight. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Steffen Reels. 2 people are in the hospital after a serious double motorcycle crash. I got the chance to speak with one of those legal experts, and he did say that really what we're going to be seeing is the app. It's just going to get bogged down. It'll stay on your phone after the deadline does come. It's that time of year again, and one of my favorites, the NHL Stanley Cup Final is back. Really the big question a lot of us had was whether it really had that snowball potential, so I'm happy to see our team is on this. Thank you, Deshaun. Next, we're going to be sending it on over and continuing our live team coverage in Barkhamsted, which is where Fox 61's Kayla Cade is right now. Connecticut lawmakers have passed a landmark housing bill, which marks the most significant change in housing legislation in years. Hundreds are showing up in support of 3 Democratic lawmakers. I'll be breaking down what the expulsion vote means, coming to you from the state capitol. Just before we went on air, there was an accident that took place right behind me. You can still see a little bit of the wreckage being picked up. And today, police have revealed the identity of the victim, the suspect, and the timeline as well. Some people are hesitant with all of these plans that are going forward. What do you want to say to people who are worried that this might just be another promise that may not be fulfilled?
To have kids in our neighborhoods, in our community.
It's one of the most common breakfasts out there, and now it's a hot commodity for Americans. If you're like me, you have a couple of these bad boys every single morning.
So we decided to test how long it would take us to find a Glock switch online. But it did not take that long.
It is the first thing that pops up on the page. Just over 11 seconds. It started off like any slow Monday night. 2 bartenders here were spending their downtime cleaning glasses and serving beer when inspiration hit. Or should I say, spritzed.
I was like, what is happening right now?
Well, I know Rachel has already called this cute snow. It's very mood snow, but I'm not sure how cute it is after standing outside for a little bit. It's more like that annoying little sibling you have that's just trying to get your attention and everything. It was one of the biggest nights of college sports of the year. You had people across the country praying that their teams would make it into the NCAA tournament. Unfortunately, for people like myself, very big ask for my Virginia Tech Hokies. But as for our friends here, the UConn Huskies, almost a certainty. How is it going to be incorporated into the new design?
As a facade, the pastor of the First Congregational Church.
Drivers just go on over into the left lane, sometimes camp out over there, and even slow down traffic because they go below the speed limit. Today, that hustle, that bustle, that energy of Frank Pepe's is seen right here. For generations, families have been traveling to Wooster Street to the original location just to try some of the famous New Haven-style pizza. For years, McDonough Middle School has sat here on Hillside Avenue in Hartford. And while it spent decades in the Spanish-speaking community, parents tell me that the student safety here has fallen apart, and it's been dangerous for decades.
I'm willing to paint the signs myself. Like, what do I got to do?
Kelly Santana is just one of the several voices that demand change here on Hillside Avenue in Hartford. She said she doesn't allow her grandson to walk home from McDonough Middle School with his friends because of how dangerous the roads are. In April, parents got a letter from the school saying a student suffered head and leg injuries after they were hit by a car not far from the school. Parents tell Fox 61 this is just one of several cases in recent memory. Santana says the student just returned to school this week.
This intersection right here should have a crossing guard. This intersection in the morning is horrendous.
This trouble has existed for years, according to families, which led one teacher to launch this Change.org petition. It now has more than 900 signatures, all from people who want to see the area declared a school zone and more safety measures installed. Because as it stands now, there's no speed bumps and speed signs are covered up. The only change Santana says parents have seen has been this sign that was put up shortly after our investigation began. But Santana tells us it hardly seems to do anything.
One person told me it's invisible. It's like having nothing because you can barely see it. What is it doing?
So is it on? That's my question.
Yeah, that's considered on.
And no one can see it?
No.
The only way our cameras could see the text was from a different angle, but head on or up close, it's hard to see anything. which is why neighbors call it more like a Band-Aid fix, if that.
I'm sorry, it's a piece of tape.
Yeah, not a Band-Aid. Band-Aid helps me. Tape doesn't.
You can't even see it, George.
Something should be happening, and nothing is happening, sadly.
Joseph Jimenez's sister goes to McDonough, and he now serves as an advocate for the Spanish-speaking community.
It happens every week. This week, hopefully it won't happen, but it's bound to happen. The school can only do so much, and their staff is doing a great job, but they're also understaffed.
While Jimenez says the mayor's office has reached out to say they would make the area a school zone and make improvements over the next few weeks, a similar promise was made last year.
Are they saying this now again to put us at ease because it's already the end of the year, school's about to go out, and, you know, just do it again next year when we start complaining again? Or are they actually going to do it? That's the real question.
Now, I have had the chance to speak with someone at the Hartford mayor's office, and they did confirm to me a plan is in the works to help improve the safety out here, and we should expect a finalized version of that to come out at some point on Thursday. But that plan could potentially include things like extra signs, curb extensions, and street markings. So, of course, once we get that plan, we'll update you on air and online. In Hartford, Steffen Reels, Fox 61. When we first introduced you to Rainey Marcusio, she was picking up the pieces of her home after the August floods dislodged it from its foundation right up this road. And on Friday, she had to see her home get destroyed for a second time.
Come here. It's okay.
Blindsided and shattered.
It's okay. I'm sorry, Mommy. I'm sad.
Friday afternoon, Randy Marcusio watched as contractors demolished what little was left of her Oxford home. Her home she raised her son in. Her home, which was destroyed in the August floods.
There's 40 years of my life just being dragged away with nothing I can do or say.
Marcusio said this demolition came out of nowhere, and she only discovered it was happening when she drove to pick up her son from school.
I knew the property would have to come down at some point. I just was unaware it was going to be today.
Marcusio said she wanted to do this demo on her own terms. The Fox 61 team reached out to the town of Oxford's attorney, and they told us they had spoken with Marcusio's attorney several times about how the property needed to be demolished after it was destroyed in the flood. The most recent conversation between the two attorneys was 1 month ago, where the town's attorney said if it wasn't cleaned up, the town would hire someone to demolish it. However, the town's attorney repeatedly avoided our question about whether Marcusio was given a hard deadline about the demolition or not.
It's heartbreaking, and I think there was still things that I could have salvaged, maybe pictures or something.
But when hope seemed lost, a miracle happened right in front of her eyes.
I really appreciate this. This is amazing.
There was one, like, old one, this book right there.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. This was my mom's. This is really all I really wanted. Thank you so much.
Now Marcusio waits in limbo to see when the rest of her home may be destroyed and what she'll have to do when she needs to find a new one in a few months.
As hopeless and desperate as I have been feeling, I still thank everybody who has helped.
During our interview, some of the crew members out here actually approached Marcusio and I and told us that it would really only take one more day to complete the demolition. But that's really all going to be depending on how bad the snow is over the weekend. But for now, in Oxford, Steffen Reels, Fox 61.